Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Let's Play, zu einer neuen Folge von den neuen Let's Play des Stanley Parable. Ja, will ich unbedingt empfehlen, den ersten Part anzuschauen. Ein sehr cooles Spiel eigentlich, in dem wir nicht das machen dürfen, was uns gesagt wird. Und es wird uns in der letzten Folge jetzt hier am Ende gesagt, wir sollen durch die Tür gehen, aber ich will irgendwie nicht. Aber ich glaube, wir müssen. Ja, gehen wir einfach mal. Jetzt haben wir mal seine Anweisung befolgt. Wo müssen wir denn hin? Er hat in der ersten Folge war hier kein Zaun. Jetzt ist hier ein Zaun. Cool. Jetzt vertrauen wir uns nicht mehr. Fehler, aber wir können nicht Tür durch. Okay. Wir haben es, glaube ich. Ja.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Wir gehen einfach mal den Weg zurück, den wir gegangen sind. Währenddessen schaue ich mal wieder bei jeder Tür. Ach, den schönen Raum.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Nö. Das ist mir zu einfach. Ich bleib hier. Ich schau mal, vielleicht passiert wirklich was. Wenn ich hier bleibe, obwohl... Ich will natürlich nicht die Folge in die Länge ziehen. Sollen wir gehen? Wir gehen einfach mal, komm. So, zurück. So wie wir es wollten. In den Konferenzraum.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Zu. Mist. Just we have a problem. Ich glaube, das ist gewollt. Oh, dann gehen wir mal zurück. Okay. Nein, ich will aber nicht. Ich muss, okay. Jetzt sagt er nichts mehr. Jetzt ist er sprachlos.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
No.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Nein!
I have to. I have to.
Nein! Nein! Ah! Okay, ist cool. Gefällt mir. Hä? Wo bin ich? Moment.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. You who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Ich hab nichts kaputt gemacht. Das warst du.
You just had to see. Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be
Stanley ist langweilig.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to.
Ja,
he
und?
understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Bin ich nicht.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tja, noch einmal. Juhu!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Ja, resettet jetzt die Story. Okay, es gibt aber ein paar Bugs, wenn man zu oft resettet. Ja, das ist normal beim Spiel.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich sehe nichts mehr. Ich sehe nichts. Ich weiß nicht, ob das jetzt ein Bug ist. Ist das so gewollt? Hilfe? Ich weiß nicht genau, wo ich jetzt bin. Kann ich das Spiel neu starten? Warte, was passiert dann, wenn ich das neu starte? Warte, wo starte ich neu? Nein! Sind wieder am Anfang. Okay, neu starten ist keine Lösung. Merkt euch das. Heißt, ihr müsst jetzt alles machen. Oh nö. Oh nö. Nein. Nein. Okay, das ist natürlich blöd. Sollen wir ihnen folgen? Ach.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just
obwohl ich glaube, das ist absichtlich, dass es da nicht mehr geht.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art, but eager to get back.
Wir machen mal seine Anweisung. Wir befolgen mal seine Anweisung und machen genau das, was er will. Machen wir es. Wir sind einmal freundlich. Wir sind einmal so richtige Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Genau. Also, wenn ich jetzt zu den 2 Türen komme, gehe ich durch die linke.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Genau. Und hier passt noch alles.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, weiter geht's. La la la.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nö. Eine rote Lampe.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Genau.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Genau.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Ja, das stimmt,
Now
ja.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Oh.
Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Nein,
Please.
das ist kein Traum,
It's all I
oder?
want.
Ist das ein Traum? Ich bin mir nicht
I
sicher.
want my apartment and my wife and
Was
my
doch.
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Gut.
Everything will be fine.
Bei der Stimme kriege ich Angst.
I am okay.
Oh Gott. Ich bin okay. Hat nicht so geklappt.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hä?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Hallo?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, spielen wir von vorne. Hä?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Okay.
knew perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nö. Okay, ich muss nur irgendwie verstehen, das Spiel. Ich meine... Okay, jetzt ist Loading.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left. Okay, left. Dann gehen wir mal links.
No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay, rechts.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Vielleicht hier entlang.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Moment. So. Okay, danke.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. Und da sind wir wieder im Büro. Okay, noch einmal. Juhu.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Ich frage mich nur, ob es bei diesem Spiel ein Ende gibt. Ich werde jetzt nochmal ich habe also jeden Weg probiere ich ja aus.
Wait, what?
Hä?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monsters?
Nö, nein, ich habe nichts gemacht. Nein. Nein.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then.
Sie liegt hier unten.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ja. Echt. Oh, wow. Rechts. Ich gehe mal so. Ich verlaufe mich hier. Garantiert.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Starten wir es neu. Vielleicht kann es ja helfen.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Genau. Und dann komme ich in den Raum mit keiner Tür.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Ja. Jetzt ist gar nichts mehr da. Cool. So.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Okay.
No,
Begin.
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Hä?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
Ich glaube
I
nicht.
don't
Nein.
think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Ja.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Ja.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no.
Nein.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Ja.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Nein! Ja. Lol.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sollte klappen. Echt? Geradeaus.
No, I'm down. We're living it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Überlassen wir es der Linie. So bin ich zwar noch nie lang gegangen, aber hey. Ich folge der Linie. Die wird mich garantiert...
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Ja, und bevor wir unser Schicksal ansehen, würde ich sagen, das war's mit der heutigen Folge. Dankeschön fürs Zusehen und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Tschüss.